Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Oh my god, what absolute cinema this film is. Thank God for Tom Cruise. The last couple of years, Tom Cruise has single-handedly bailed out, I think, action movies and just pure unadulterated entertainment in of himself. Man, Dead Reckoning Part One. I can't believe yeah, I can't believe we have to wait for the second part and the finale. But my word, it's absolutely relentless. It's non-stop, balls to the wall action adventure. It's such a great film. I'm absolutely in awe of this film. Man, hell of a ride. Hats off to Tom Cruise. Hats off to the director, the producing team, the cinematography. Christ, the cinematography in this film is unbelievable. You're probably not going to get a decent, coherent review here because I'm still quite blown away by it. But I wanted to get this review out because obviously the film's been out a couple of weeks now, and everybody's already reviewed it and done it. But suffice to say, this is probably so far my favourite Mission Impossible film. Right from the get-go, it is an adrenaline rush of a movie. It's expertly paced. It's brilliantly scripted. It's so well crafted from top to bottom. Aside from a noticeable change in the main car chase in this film, it starts off quite erratic and all over the place, and then all of a sudden changes style and fluidity. I don't know whether that was done on purpose, but it's a little bit jarring. There are a few moments in this film where we do suffer from teleporting enemies again, which seems to be something that I've started noticing in movies. But you can be forgiven a lot in this film purely because we know what technology they use. And technology plays a massive part in this film, which I did not expect. I don't know. I didn't really watch many trailers for this film, to be quite honest. So I don't know how much was revealed, but technology is huge in this film. It serves as fundamentally the primary antagonist, beyond a terrific performance by an actor who I honestly don't know his name, but he is superb. He's menacing, but the whole tone of the film is menacing as well. It feels really intense and oppressive. They're fighting an enemy that they don't know how to fight against, that knows every single move they have, and can manipulate them as they're trying to accomplish their mission. It is quite literally, and it's very cliche, it's quite literally the biggest stakes they've ever come across. To be fair, they say it in the fucking film as well, but the stakes in this film are absolutely huge, and the film delivers. It sets its stall out and absolutely fucking delivers from the first minute right the way through till the absolute maddening end. Honestly, this is probably one of it's up there, one of my favourite films of the last few years, for absolute sure. And it's spearheaded yet again by a brilliant Tom Cruise. He's superbly charismatic. He knows exactly what you want as an audience. That's what makes him the perfect star. He knows exactly what you want to see, and he delivers. He almost reads your mind like the villain does in this film. He knows exactly what you're going in expecting to see, whether it's him, a single shot of him running for about 15 seconds. You want to see it, he's going to give it to you, and he knows you're going to love it, and we fucking do. There's no other film, there's no other franchise, there's no other actor who can make running physically intense to watch. You're on the edge of your seat every time he starts running. You're in awe, you're in anticipation of what's going to come next. And this film quintessentially gets it perfectly with that. It knows how to trigger you. It knows how to make you sit forward in your seat. And there's not one single moment in this film where I did not sort of relax and sit back. I was interested, I was focused, I was stuck in with what's going on. There's been many a film over the last few years, which it's lost me, or I've been pulled out of it because of X, Y, and Z. None of that happens in this film. I am there for all of it. I can feel it. I'm drawn in. I want them to win. I'm terrified by them losing. It's fucking brilliant. I'm not going to go into the plot details because I think if you do, you kind of spoil what happens in the film. But suffice to say, from one moment to the next, it's relentless. It's well structured. The characters are absolutely fucking brilliant. The old and the new. We get the constant sort of back and forth between Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Rebecca Ferguson comes back in. She's charismatic as always. She's fantastic. And then we get the new additions. The villain himself, I honestly can't remember the actor's name, and Hayley Atwell's in there as well. She's really good. She gives her all. The one thing that these films get right is how to portray, very capable, very intense, very strong women perfectly. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I cannot give this film enough plaudits, I don't think. It's rather a gushing review, this, rather than an actual critical review. But let's have a look at it. I've already mentioned, teleporting villains and teleporting, what are these American CIA operatives trying to hunt Ethan down. They're quite hilarious, really, in sort of like, they're really pushing themselves. They're really trying to do everything, and they always seem to be like 2 steps behind. It's quite hilarious. And then we have the cinematography. I've already said it. It's unbelievable. It looks superb. Everything is shot as you would expect, as you would hope. Tight choreography with fist fights, gun fights. It's all well structured. Nothing looks fake. For the love of God, thank you very much for doing a lot of this using, very real stunts, very real vehicles. There's very little CGI in this film, bar a few obvious moments that have to be. It's perfect. You can feel it. It feels real compared to the likes of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny with the car chase in there, where it's too fast. It's far too fast. It doesn't feel real because they're on scooters, and this film, plays with with very real props, very real sets, very real vehicles. You can feel, the impacts when things are happening. It's not like toy cars or, computerized cars. It's very impactful. It's very real. And thankfully, this film sticks to its guns throughout. Absolutely sticks to its guns throughout. The script is very tight, very efficient, to the point. There's no waffling. There's very little exposition. You only get enough sort of exposition to really inform you of what the fucking threat is. And the beauty of it is that because the people talking about it know what they're talking about, they don't overdo it. They literally hit the point, like saying, this does this, this does that, this does this, and this is what it means. And you go, oh, fucking hell, I know exactly what you mean, because it's so fucking well written. Fucking hell, every film, Disney, fucking Universal, you need to fucking look at this film. Look at how it's written, how it's structured, the action, all sorts. You need to look at it and fucking don't try and copy, but realize this is how you structure a fucking movie, especially an action movie. We don't want waffle. We don't want fucking CGI. We want fucking real impacting action, and we get it here. Thank you very much, Tom Cruise. This is the film of the summer for me, by far. It's the film of the summer for me, probably film of the year as well. Really impressed with this film. I cannot wait for DeadReckoning Part 2. Man, probably one of the most consistent franchises, apart from Mission Impossible 2. No, I can't do it. I can't fucking do that film. No, it's terrible. Apart from Mission Impossible 2, I think this is probably one of the most consistent friggin' franchises we've ever had, and it's going to be a sad day when it all ends. But there you go. That's my review. I'm going to give DeadReckoning, despite the very small flaws, I'm going to have to give it a 10 out of 10. I can't not. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Nitpicks aside, I've got nothing else to lament. And what's fucking brilliant is this film, yeah, it's part two, so you just think, oh, is it going to end on like a really weird whimper? Oh, fucking no, it doesn't. It ends fucking superbly. So excited for part two. Brilliant. Love it. 10 out of 10. Bye bye.